So on this video we're going to be looking at this Kia Niro plug-in hybrid that I've been an owner of for 3 years, done at almost 50,000 miles. I'm going to set the camera up in a safe manner in the car, and I'm just going to drive and discuss the pros and cons about having a Kia Niro plug-in hybrid, 3-year ownership, before it goes back. To let you know, if you're considering buying one, this might have some useful hints and tips, you never know. Kia Niro plug-in hybrid. On this video we're going to go over some pros and maybe some cons of what it's like living with a plug-in hybrid. I've had this car 3 years. I've done, at the time of literally recording this, I have done 48,226 miles in this Kia Niro plug-in hybrid. This car goes tomorrow, it goes back tomorrow. Overall, I am going to really miss this car, So much so I don't want it to go back tomorrow. I don't want it to go. I'm almost in a bit of denial. When they turn up to collect it, I'm going to be in bits, to be honest. There's no option really for me to keep it as much as I would like to. A few different things are going on. I need to move on. I will probably look for another car, but at the moment there's no options for me to keep this car. We are going to go over some pros and some cons. Let's talk about one of the most important things when you're looking at buying a plug-in hybrid or an electric car. Are they worth it? Are they worth it? So like I've said, I've had this 3 years. Has this car been worth it to me, having a plug-in hybrid? The simple answer is no. To be honest, no. I've really not used the plug-in hybrid function and plugging it in to charge the battery, because once it's plugged in and fully charged, you get about 36 pure electric miles. For me, it's not really worked out. The only time I've really used it to its potential, plugging it in every single day, was when we had them fuel issues in the middle of the year. We had the fuel issues, and to be honest, it was a godsend. I was plugging it in every single day, and I was getting like 36 miles of pure electric driving, and then I was coming home from work or wherever I was, and I was plugging it straight back in. The issue is with me, I don't think having a full electric, this is for me personally, a full electric or even really a plug-in, at the moment, I don't think the infrastructure where I live and how I use the vehicle is there at the moment. A lot of people might disagree. They might say, no. Electric is perfect. The electric system is perfect. I don't think it is. I've never charged this outside from my house. Also, must add, I don't have an electric charging system station outside my house. If I did, like on my driveway, if I did have a plug-in thing, maybe, but we've done a few trips to Wales and to Manchester. We've done a few trips to in the time we've owned this, and I would have had to have stopped to charge it up. If it was pure electric, I'd have had to stopped, plugged it in, found a charging thing, sat around, waited for it, because some of these, they say, it's gonna, fully charged in a certain amount of time. A fully charged, not on this car because it's only got 36 miles of electric, but a fully charged electric vehicle, if you ain't got one of these super fast charging things, you're looking at quite a long time. I tell you now, you're looking at a long time. The infrastructure, I think it's going to take up to about 5 years. In 5 years' time, the electric infrastructure, I reckon most of us will be having an electric vehicle in 5 years' time. But at the moment, it's not quite there. It needs another few more years. For me personally, like I said, this is all my personal experience. I've hardly plugged this in. I've hardly plugged it in to charge it. However, when it is plugged in and it's running just on electric, it drives faultless. It's lovely. It's really quiet. It's smooth. No issues with that. What I do get, though, the bonus I do get, that this can hold, because it does regenerate electric as well. And there's a sneaky bonus if you put it in sport mode, because you've got a sport mode. If you click it in sport mode, it fast charges the battery. I tried it out when I first got this car. I tried it out. I left it in sport mode for a couple of days, and it was fully only doing an hour journey a day. But I reckon in about 2-3 hours, if you leave it in sport mode, you fully fill the electric battery. and that's about 36 miles. So that's quite good. That's a nice little touch to have. And when it is regenerating its fuel, it's good on fuel. Let's just cut the chase. I'll show you some screenshots of my average fuel consumption from previous cars I've had. This is, from my experience, this car's, I really like it on fuel. On fuel, this car is fantastic. Electric, no. Infrastructure, not there for me at the moment. Would I get a plug-in hybrid as my next car? No. Would I get an electric car as not my next car, but the car after that? More than likely. I think, well, one more, I am personally, because I have cars, I don't know, about 3 odd years, I am basically next car, not next car, the car after that would more than likely be a fully electric. I think in three years time, coming up to 5 years, I think the infrastructure will be better in place for me personally. Issues I've had with this car, there's a couple of issues. A couple of them are pointed at you, Kia. I've had my services done and I've had MOTs done through Kia themselves. So I take it down to Kia, they do the service, they do the MOTs, etc. Granted, it's been COVID, lockdown, stuff like that. The second service, I think it was, they couldn't clean the car because of COVID, lockdown. I can't blame anyone for that. The first MOT I had, which was a joint MOT service, I started to get issues a little bit from Kia. I went down there and they sent me this video link before, and it says, this is where you drop your vehicle, walk in here, and if you need it, we will have a temporary car for you. So I thought, oh, that's brilliant. I had stuff to do. I'll get a temporary car from them. I'll go in there. They say, we ain't got no temporary cars left. Oh, great. You sent me the link like yesterday, telling me there's, if I ask for a temporary car, I've got it. And now you're telling me there's none. Oh, great. Thanks for that. Great. I'll walk home. Walk about 4 miles back up the road. It's an hard life. And also that went in for the MOT, and they was meant to do the service at the same time. They had it overnight for an MOT. It had no issues on the MOT. That would have been its first MOT. I phoned them up and said, I ain't heard nothing. Am I collecting my car or what? And they go, yeah, you can come and collect it, but you'll have to bring it back down in a couple of days' time for its service. So Kia's customer service needs a little bit of work, in my opinion. Just a little bit, Kia. A little bit of work on that customer service there, and explaining more to customers what's going on. Issues I've had with this car, 2 issues. One, the sensor went. One of the sensors for something. An engine sensor. An O2 sensor, something like that. That went. No issues there, Kia. I took it down to Kia, says, look, there's a thing come up on the dash, blah, 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 something's not right with it. They took it in, they fixed it, they had it overnight again. I didn't get a hired car again. They had it overnight, it was all fixed, obviously no cost and everything, because Kia do a really good 7-year warranty. Another issue, this is the only other issue, the rear window. This is an odd one. The rear window on that side, on the passenger side rear window, if you're in the back, you can undo your window, but you can't do it up. You can undo your window in the back, but you can't do it up. In the front, you can do it back up. So if someone in the back undoes their window, they say to me, can you just do my window up? And I've got to do it because it don't work. It could be a real simple issue. I don't know. I have no idea, but it don't work. And that's the only issues I've had, to be honest, with this car in 3 years. Just had to get some fuel. Because apparently when it goes back, it needs to go back with at least a quarter of a tank. So it's going back with a quarter of a tank. Would I have another Kia? I know I said there was a few issues, but in 3 years of driving, I could probably get that window sorted as well if I had time. It's only just started to play up, that window. I'll just take it down there, because you do get a good service, a good warranty, 7-year warranty with Kia. So if I was keeping this car longer, obviously I would take it back to Kia and they would sort the back window out. Would I get another Kia? Sure, no problem whatsoever. No problem whatsoever with getting another Kia. I think it's a fantastic car. This is, without doubt, the best car I've ever had. The interior of it's lovely, the seats are lovely, got these leather trim. And the good thing with these Nios, they only come in a few trim ranges. So you ain't really got a, like if you get a Ford or something, or that Ford's just an example, I think BMW's even worse. If you get certain makes of cars, they have so many options, and you don't quite know what to do. Should I get this one? Should I get that one? Oh, do I need that? Oh, I need the DAB radio. Oh, I want the heated seats. And the prices start bumping up. When I got this Nio, There was one option, the plug-in hybrid. It might be different now because we're talking 3 years ago, but the plug-in hybrid option had one option, and it was one trim level, and that was it. And that's how I think it should be. I didn't have no option to upgrade anything, so it come as standard. Everything we got leather seats, we got heated seats, we got reverse cam, we got all this dashboard system with DAB radio, built-in sat nav. However, I don't use none of that. I just use Android Auto. It's so easy, Android Auto. You got automatic climate control, reversing camera. I don't know if I said that. I like reversing camera. It helps me out in my reversing. Leather seats in the back, obviously. You got a little heater in the back as well. There's a little heater for the people in the back. Armrest. There's a glasses holder. There's nothing optional that I would want. I ain't sitting here thinking, oh, I wish, next car I get, I'm definitely going to get that because I need that. Everything here as standard. It's a really good trim level. Now we're going to move on to the wheels, and with the wheels and the tyres, the wheels, there weren't no other option as well. I've got caps, basically. I've got, I think, steel trim wheels with caps. I think that's steel or aluminium. They've got caps on it, and I think that's to cut down with weight on the wheels, so that the wheels are caps, but I think it's to cut down with the weight. I didn't have no other option, or it might be some sort of aerodynamics on them. I don't know. There weren't no option. It's weird having a car like as nice as this, because this is a nice car that's got like caps on, hubs on the wheels. That's a bit odd. That's only one thing, but there was no other option with that. Another thing with the tyres. So I've done 48,228. 48,228. That's what the miles I've done in 3 years. I'm still on the same set of tyres. Now for me that's amazing, because the car before this, I had a Mini Cooper, and I was getting through a set of tyres every single year. And not because I don't think I was driving any differently, I was just getting through a set of tyres every year. It seemed, the Mini seemed quite front heavy, and it was just burning through the tyres like nothing. On this car, nearly 50,000 miles, same set of shoes on all four, and they still look like they've got a couple of years left on them. The tread's like almost brand new. I think that's amazing. So the tyres they give you on this, fantastic. Like I said, this car's got high mileage because we're doing deliveries. We've been to Wales, and we live down in Kent. We've been to Manchester a few times. We've been up to Manchester, and that's quite a journey. And I go to work every single day, mainly every day, like the normal 40 odd hours a week I do, but most every day I'm in this car basically. Yeah, so I'm going to miss it. Overall, I'm going to miss this car. So just going on about the system you get in this car as well, it's all digital. All the gauges are digital, everything there, that's all digital. The speedometer, all digital. Built-in sat-nav. Like I said, I don't really use these because I just use the Android Auto. It's just so good. You have got radio, you've got media, you've got you can put a USB stick or something in it. It's got charging ports. Down the front, we've got two old school, they're called, I know, cigarette lighters, cigarette ports, but they are the 12-volt sockets, two of them. And also a USB port there as well, and we've also got an AUX, so if you want to plug your own audio in, etc. We've got if you've got a wireless charging phone, there is a pad down here, you can put your phone on it, it'll charge it up. Automatic on the gearbox, heated front seats, heated steering wheel, glove box. Inside this inside this armrest, you have got a couple more. Now you have got, what is it? It's another like 12-volt socket, cigarette lighter and port. Inside the glove box, you ain't got really nothing exciting. You've got a bit of space. That's about it. That's about it, to be honest. Nice space in the boot. You do lose a little bit of boot space because you've got a big battery in the back as well. So I'll show it in a second, but you've got your boot, you can lift up another flap, and you've got a big battery. So you do lose a little bit, probably about that much, and in that and the size of the boot, but probably about that much depth you lose due to this quite large battery pack being in there. Running wise, how this drives, the comfortability-ness of it, is that a word? It's comfortable to drive. It's really, I've got the ideal driving position. You can move the chair, that's all electric as well. Ideal driving position, it feels very safe. If you go a little bit over, you get close to the line or anything, and it will start to beep. I don't know if you heard that beep. It will start to beep, and it's starting to say to you, hey look son, you're going over, wake up. It's got other stuff in it. You can put it in like cruise control, and it's adaptive cruise control. So if you put it in cruise control, if it notices you getting too close to a car in front, it starts slowing down, and then it'll speed back up. It's very good. And also if you are drifting a little bit, the steering wheel it moves itself basically, the steering wheel. I don't know what it's called, I'm sure that's got some fancy name, but if you start to drift out of lane, the steering wheel will pull you back in quite nicely. It's a bit weird, I'm used to it now, but a few times you'll be driving and you're thinking, oh, why is the steering wheel moving on its own? And it's just pulling you back level. It's all safety features. They're all very good. You do get used to them after a while, and I don't know if you rely on them, but it just gives you, when you're driving, you feel a little bit safer. I don't know what it is, you feel a bit safer. If you can hear that beeping every so often, it's because it's telling me, like, it's basically telling me there's a roundabout. You can turn all these beeping off, but it does beep a lot. The car does beep a lot, but it's giving you little, every time it beeps, it does tell you on the dash what's going on. Why is it beeping? And at the times then it was beeping me, was telling me a roundabout's approaching. Take your foot off the acceleration for a little bit, and we can nab some of that regenerative charging to charge the battery. It's all little bits like that. It's beeping, and if I go over the lane it beeps, etc. I have noticed a few times in this car now that the temperature gauge on it is a little bit, it sometimes seems a little bit off. It would be absolutely freezing. You're thinking, no, it's minus something today. You look in the car and it say like 8 degrees. I don't know. Is that temperature? It's outside temperature, isn't it? You know the temperature you get on your dashboard? That's the outside car temperature. I'm sure it is, isn't it? It's not inside. It's outside. It seems a little bit off. Maybe the placement of it is in the wrong place. I know wind don't affect temperature gauges, but maybe the placement of it's in the wrong place. Overall, no. If you're going to buy a Kia Niro, you're going to find nothing wrong. You're going to enjoy having a Kia Niro. If you decide to buy a Kia Niro plug-in hybrid, just make sure maybe you've got a charging port outside your house, so you can plug it in to get some of that charging. However, the price of electric ain't as cheap as they make you believe. Because on the week I had this, when we had a couple of weeks when we had them fuel issues, I was plugging in every single day. Our electric bill went through the roof. And say, I reckon to put 36 miles of fuel in this car with petrol, it would probably cost a £5, maybe a little bit less, £4. Let's say £4 to put 36 miles of petrol in this car. To charge it up with the electric, fully charged electric, 36 miles, the same thing. I think that's still going to cost a good £2.50, £3 of electric. Depends what time you charge it. Depends what rate you're on from your electric board. It's not much cheaper. It's really not much cheaper. I don't know. I don't think it's quite there yet, electric. They want to make us believe it is, but I don't think it is. You're probably sitting there watching this, you might have an electric car and thinking it's the best thing you've ever done. You're saving so much money. This is just absolutely brilliant. For me personally, not quite there. And like I've said, I've done a lot of miles. I've never charged it anywhere. Maybe if it was a fully electric car, maybe I would plug it in, charge it. Well, I'd have to. I wouldn't have a choice, would I? Going on about power with this car, you put it in sport mode, it seems to take off. It definitely does something to sport mode. I'm flying now, and absolutely flying. You click it out of sport mode, it's got power where you need it. It's a 1.6. It's got power where you need it. It also uses a bit of that electric as well. It's not like Tesla's level or anything like that with the takeoff speed and the launch speed and all that, but it's decent. It's very decent speed. I've got no complaints about the power of it. You obviously only need to hit the maximum speed limit where it's safe to do so, obviously. But I've got no issues with the. I wouldn't want anything faster. I wouldn't have a need for anything faster, to be honest. Let's go around this roundabout with a bit of old welly. We're getting a nice bit of control there. I was worried because I thought I was going to spill my coffee. Obviously, driving in a safe manner. So overall, finishing this video off. Yes, I'm going to miss this car. I'm going to miss this car quite a lot, to be honest. I am going to miss it. It's a shame it has to go. I don't want it to go. I ain't got a choice. It needs to go. Before this, I had a Mini Cooper. I missed that as well. But then after a few months of having this, I forgot about the Mini Cooper. This one, I think in a few months' time, I'm still thinking about this car. I'm still missing it. I'm still wishing I had it. Like I said, it's not possible. What car will I have next? I can kind of answer that question, because for the time being, for a good few months, to at least till after Christmas, to at least maybe into March, April, I'm not going to have a car. That's the twist. I'm not going to have a car. I'm going to be borrowing people's cars. The wife and the daughter, they share a car, and my boy's got a car, so I'm going to get insurance. Well, I'm already got insurance on them. I'm just going to be borrowing people's vehicles. I hope you like this video. If you're considering a Kia Niro, I would definitely recommend it. Plug-in hybrid. Just have a think about how your infrastructure's in place. You lot take care. Subscribe if you like this sort of video. I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Ta-da. Goodbye, car. Goodbye, car. There we go. 48235. And there's the sat nav I was using. The system that's built in. Like I said, everything you need. That's the charging pad. That's the automatic gearbox with the sport mode over there. That's the coffee. I panicked that I was going to spill. Heated seats, heated steering wheel. Little armrest. And this is the kind of view you're going to get. All digital gauges as well. And you've got all this sort of stuff that just does stuff. You just press it and it does stuff. So on this video, we're going to be looking at this Kia Niro that I've had for about 3 years. Well, I've had it for a little bit over 3 years. I've had it for about 6 years. I've had it. I ain't even got it. It ain't even mine.